Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist. It is Saturday. Saturday means I get to rant about something. I took the week off from the rants last week because, again, we had that sweet structure deck featuring the Dark World cards and, of course, a lot of dangers, which were very important reprints, especially for me. I mean, before that, I had one copy of Bigfoot and, no Thunderbirds. And now I've got, 4 copies of Bigfoot. Well, no. I got way more than that. It's like 7, 8-ish copies because I buy multiple structure decks. This way we can do the multiple formats here. But that's not the point. The point is I went from not having a playset to having playsets in different formats, which is great. And if you guys haven't had a chance to get that structure deck, maybe make your way down to the hobby store. $10, not that expensive. I promise you it is going to go up later. Anybody who still has them, as soon as they go out of print, the prices on this deck is probably going to hit somewhere around 40 a copy afterward. So I don't know. You guys do with that information what you will. Today's rant, and again, I got to start rants by saying this. I do have to point out that when I rant, I'm doing this for the comical enjoyment factor. I don't always 100% believe or fall into the same position as the rant. But in this case, a little more than half of me truly believes in this one. So, that aside, let's get into it. What's today's rant? Well, you cheeky little devils already read the darn title. So you guys know what it's about. It's about the traditionalist. You see, last time we yelled about the ban list, and I kind of wanted to keep going about the ban list and goofy stuff, and let's talk about the traditional format. So for those of you who don't know what the traditional format is, because maybe you just started the game, maybe you've been playing, but the only thing your OTS ever does is the advanced format normal games, we go back to our ban list. And again, this is the most up-to-date December 1st ban list, okay? And again, I don't understand what the whole timing, why we needed 2 ban lists in less than 2 months was. But let's take a look at this. You see all these cards? These cards are banned. We're not allowed to play these cards. They're forbidden, 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 forbidden. But then on the side, it says limited on a lot of these. What does that mean? That's the traditional format. So in order to play traditional, guys, it's simple. Just play Yu-Gi-Oh! And if a card is at 0, the card is at 1. Which actually leads to some pretty crazy decks. And of course, you're going to look and you're going to see the people who they want to play, I play top tier everything. I'm the greatest duelist that ever lived. I am Yu-Gi-Moto at your locals. You're going to have those people. Okay, it's fine. But for those of us who are trying to play casually, there's a lot of great cards on this list that we're just not playing with. And the last time I saw a traditional format tournament, oh, geez, let me really think about this, okay? My locals, All-American Sports Card, or not sports cards, All-American Comics and Cards, started having theirs, because they had they still do. They have one, they have 2 stores. There's the one local to me, then there's the one out by where I work. And honestly, it was Sundays in close to hometown was I want to say that it was always advanced. Saturdays out in the other one was always advanced. And then they had Thursday tournaments out in the other city. And those were going to be the traditional tournaments. And it was early 03, 04, 05. And it dropped off rapidly. Because people just didn't want to play it because the same people were going to win every time because they just held on to these, the rare and powerful cards that kept getting banned. So you still had to play up against things like Chaos Emperor Dragon, the way that it played back then because it hadn't been errated yet to be allowed back into the game. And at this point, there's sweet cards that we just, the last time Magical Scientist was playable, I can't even tell you. And that goes for this whole list. This whole list is cards you're just not allowed to touch. But if we do play, then we get to play some of them. And I pulled some of them out of the collection today to show you. One of my favorite cards that I used to love playing during the Synchro era was this Level Eater. This card is just fantastic. If it's in a discard pile, you can target a level 5 or higher monster. Reduce the level by 1 to special summon this from the graveyard. This cannot be tributed except for a tribute summon. So you weren't allowed to do any ritual plays with it. And it was banned just as soon as links were on the horizon. Because again, you know, if you could just keep doing this and whittling down the big monster that you special summoned, you could just link climb like crazy. Plus, if we're being honest, Link Karibo plus this card, just nasty. Like, super nasty effect. And another card we lost right in the same time period was Dandelion. And again, maybe you guys remember this one, maybe you guys don't. It's all good. When it's sent to their discard pile, special summon 2 fluff tokens. They are going to be level 1s with 0/0 stats. Their plant, wind, it's all good. The tokens cannot be tributed for a tribute summon. During the turn, they are special summoned. So if you, because again, it's sent to graveyard, does not mean from the field. If you discarded this card, Dark World's over there. Maybe we played Dark World. Maybe they got mixed into a danger deck. You selected the Dandelion. So the Dandelion's going to give you 2 fluff tokens. Bigfoot jumps onto the field, allows me to draw a card or whatever. And then now you're facing down a big 8-star. Plus I got 2 tokens. And now I can start link climbing. And again, they were good for synchros because, again, you were able to just go with a 3-star. And then if you played into another one that was also a tuner synchro, then you could just keep the party going, which was also pretty fantastic. And again, he's a grumpy dandelion. Like, how do you not love this? That alone should get the card brought back. Oh my goodness, the English language today. 2 cards I doubt we'll ever see again. Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. I mean, these are just iconic. I mean, seriously. It is a 3-word effect. Draw 2 cards. You can't get more, much more simple than that. That is just amazing. But again, they have done the Pot of archetype of spells for years now. And I think Desires is probably going to be like the closest we get to this ever again. And then, of course, Graceful Charity. This is just great. Draw 3, discard 2. And I can't tell you just how much fun it would be to play a traditional Exodia deck. Because, again, this is just like an automatic 2. Boom. You're just right in it. Again, if I wanted to play something like a Quintet Magician, do you know how easy it would be to just play Painful Choice? Painful Choice. Select 5 cards out of your deck, hand them to your opponent. They select one to hand you. The others get discarded. Boom. I've already got 4 spellcasters thrown away. You want to know what else would be amazing? Exodia Necros. Because, again, we could just pull a straight-up Gozabora Kaiba move from whatever that was, like Season 3, Season 4 of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Waking the Dragons or Enter the Virtual World or whatever they were calling it. And straight up, first thing he did to Seto was Painful Choice. Do you remember these 5 cards, my boy? And that was fantastic. It was just goofy. But again, I would like to play Exodia Necros and kind of feel goofy. So, let me maybe play the Painful Choice. That'd be fine. Other cards we're no longer allowed to play. And I get it. For structured play, that's fine. But we could hold a tournament where you could just do this. Because, again, Konami gave us everything we needed. They gave us the cards. They gave us the rules. They gave us a list telling us that we could do it. It's just a matter of you guys got to tell your OTS that this is what you want to do. How about the Elder Entity Norden? Okay, this guy was really cool. First off, he would make an excellent super polymerization fusion trap. Because just right off the rip, he is either one Synchro or Xyz and another Synchro and or Xyz. So if you're playing up against some Utopia deck and they got Utopia double, they got the full slash, they got the other guy, you're just like, no, I'm just going to make Norden real quick. And like you put away that little technique you were about to try. Or again, if they're playing Synchros, there's some Synchron deck. Or like the Stardust builds, or the Red Dragon Archfiend, or insert the most annoying Synchro build that you could think of right now. Again, just boom, super poly. Or again, mix and match it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Then the effect itself is just amazing, and this is why it got banned. When this is special summoned, you can target a level 4 or lower monster in the graveyard, special summon that card. its effects are negated. Banish it when this card leaves the field. And again, what were we doing? We were playing Instant Fusion. We were like, yeah, it's worth 1,000 points to play him, get this back, Xyz. Or again, you could go into a synchro because you might have brought back a tuner. You don't need to have an effect to still be a tuner, guys. So that was fantastic. But again, he's potentially one of the best super poly targets we have outside of like Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. Because, you know, generic, I'm going to take 2 dark is just amazing. And even more so when you guys remember that Layer of Darkness is a thing. That's crazy. And another card we haven't seen in literally forever. Can we talk about the Shockmaster? Like, come on, look at him. Look at this thing. Tell me that it doesn't scream post-apocalyptic boss card. Okay? Does take 3 level 4s. And I always thought that was like a really fair thing. But of course, you know, we could power out like level 4s like crazy anymore. Once per turn, detach material from this card. Declare a card type, whether it be a monster, spell, or trap. That type of card, if spell or trap cannot be activated, or if monster cannot activate its effects until the end of the opponent's next turn. And again, since the meta, what we choose to play, has moved to where we only play monsters and spells, you guys got this one banned because you guys over-centralized the meta and made it to where this thing would be too powerful against everything. This used to be like a throwaway one of that we all just threw in our side decks. And it came out of a tin, CT9. This was a tin. This was a collector's tin. Like, it didn't even cost money, guys. But again, we over-centralized because we got to play fast. We got to be Sonic the Hedgehog out here, playing fast. And it's fine. I mean, I'm not that mad. When I'm playing structured play, obviously, I'm getting too excited. When I'm playing structured play, I do find that it makes a more level and even battlefield for all players concerned with the Shockmaster banished from the game. So again, that's fair. And another one, the Union Carrier. Like, I was going to keep finding ways to play this deck, but again, you guys just found the way to break this card. And again, it's just 2 monsters, same type or attribute, your pick. Cannot be used as link material to turn its link summon, which is fine. Target a face-up monster you control, equip 1 monster from the hand or deck with the same original type or attribute. The monster equipped gains 1,000 attack. If you equipped from the deck, you cannot special summon monsters with the card's name for the rest of this turn. You can only use this effect once per turn. And I wanted to find a way to play X, Y, and Z, the original like contact banishment fusions. And I wanted to do that. And you guys were like, you know that little dragon? That little whelp from like the Buster Blader deck? Yeah, let's just break the game. Let's just go ahead and equip that to everything. And you guys did it. Like, you evil geniuses absolutely ruined this card. But if we're playing traditional, look, this is the ban list. Like, this is, you get 1 of each of these. So your opponent only has to worry about you trying this technique once. It's not like you can try it every time you have 2 monsters on the field. Same thing goes for like Predaplant Verde Anaconda. And again, I mean, you guys could just kind of go after Dragoon if that's the issue. You guys could go after the Destiny Phoenix or Destroyer Phoenix, whatever it was, the new Destiny hero. You guys could literally just target those. You guys could target their spells. But I mean, I do get it. I get it. But it was a big hit to other decks I enjoyed playing, like the Sacred Beasts. I loved getting their fusion effect off from the Verde Anaconda. But, you know, I get it for the sake of a fair and balanced game. And again, going back and giving a nod to a previous rant, Konami's not always the best at giving us a fair and balanced game, which is kind of why we got that extra ban list recently. Because it was basically, they were like, oh yeah, we missed a couple of things. So let's get the Mystic Mine and throw them a couple things that we know we're just going to limit again immediately. So that said, enjoy the Dimensional Fissure in the Macrocosmos while you can. I expect to see these back to 1 pretty soon. I'm thinking like February, March timeframe. Unless, of course, they just decide to do another ban list next month. We'll see. We will see. Now, all that said, I do hope that you enjoyed this. This was mostly satirical. But there's certain cards like let him back in. Let my boy level leader back in. He did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, if you guys have something to rant about, maybe you want to hear me goof off, get overly excited, and forget how to talk, leave me that down in the comment section down below. Also, while you're there, maybe throw us a thumbs up. Both of these actions take you about 20 seconds to do. And to be 100% honest with you guys, it helps more duelists find this channel, so that you guys can kind of just listen to me be a goofball about things that interest me and maybe only me. That said, if you do choose to support us, that's the way to do it. I hope that you do. I hope that we earned it. Maybe we even earned a subscription today. If we have, click it. If not, well, just keep coming on back, all right? I'm sure I'm going to earn that subscription one way or another with another deck, another rant, another video, another something. But for real, guys, thanks for everything that you do for me. Do me one favor if you don't do anything else. Go out there. It's Saturday. It's the beginning of the weekend. Go enjoy it. Go do something for yourself. And make sure that you are actively pursuing a good day because, and remember, Casual Duelist told you to do this, okay? You're worth it. Go have a lovely day, all right? You right there, you watching this. Go have a good day, all right? See you guys later.